segment of the program. We all know that we are counting down to 2023. A whole lot of hustling and bustling around the political parties here and there. A whole lot of issues surrounding zoning here and there. But of course, the election is expected to hold in 2023. But despite all this paparazzi going on around major political parties and of course people involved with one thing or the other, there's a fear that, don't forget that recently, Abeokuta actually said Buhari should hand over to interim government for 6 months because of the poor state of security. Recently too, we had killings of INEC officials in Imo. All this associated also with various security issues in Nigeria are beginning to kind of bring palpable concern, palpable fear ahead of the 2023 election. So we are looking at security, security challenge, threat to 2023 election. That's our topic, and we have two gentlemen that we should have in the studio, but for now we have one of them who is capable and competent to speak about it. He's no other person than Dr. Kunle Olawumi. Dr. Kunle Olawumi is a security consultant and of course the lecturer in the Christland University, a lecturer of criminology, and also the Senate chairman of the university when it comes to security. He retired as a Navy Commodore in May 2017 with lots and lots of experience. Dr. Olawumi, welcome to the program again this morning after a very long time.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Dr. Olawumi, I would like to take you up on, first of all, the Christian Association of Nigeria have expressed fear. INEC chairman has expressed concern because of insecurity. Are you also concerned?
Yeah, just like every Nigerian. I mean, I'm concerned as to the level we have actually, gotten to in this country. I'm very concerned. But I know that election will hold because most of the things you are seeing in the country in terms of insecurity are actually, sponsored by the politicians. So when it is time for them to dance, the masquerade will go away. There's going to be elections. There will be elections because if there's no election, how are they going to continue to steal our money? How are they going to have the legitimacy to continue to steal the money they've been stealing? So they're going to put everything together. All those boys, doing those things are sponsored by some of them. Later they're going to come together and negotiate. And the boys will go back to their houses and the election will hold.
Well, this is the kind of fear that we had in 2019 when we're told that in some parts of the northeast, the ISWAP, Boko Haram have taken over some places. All of a sudden, we had elections held in those places. Now, is this an indictment on the government in power?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The people that you see in the political arena today are very irresponsible. They just want to make money and stay in power. And they are going to do it at all costs. Even if people die, if everybody is afraid to go out, they will still do this election. And by 2023, you see somebody is going to be in power. When they finish all this, their drama and dancing, they'll be calm and there'll be election. We just need to know that a society basically is made up of three basic things, Number one is the people. The second one is the government. And the third one is the military. See, but since independent, there has been that issue between the three, the military planning coup, taking over government, the politician also, taking over power. All this while, you see that the people have been suffering. But over the years, the military and the politicians were able to, form a synergy, against the people. And that is the point we are now. Initially, it's the military that will overthrow the civilian government. Then people will shout, the civilian government are not doing well, the military should come and, you know. But now, the military and the civilian, the politicians, they are now one. And once they're one, then who is going to suffer? The people. So we will continue to be traumatized, we will continue to be, you know, bastardized by these politicians, and the military is going to support whatever they're doing. Military, police, DSS, all of them.
Let me return to security now, Dr. Allow. As a top security military personnel who retired in 2017, how do you feel? How come the army, most especially, have been infiltrated? Especially we've had in recent time the issue of a kidnapping, arrest, involving the army.
Yeah.
Military people that should actually protect us. How do you feel about it? What brought this?
It's been a long time coming, you know. Since the independence, you know, there have been that shuffling between the southeast, southwest, north, and so on. Over the years, the northern elites, you know, became, they got the power. And since then, they have been rearranging the security architecture. If you look at it, all the major military formations are in the north. Even I was in the military when we moved all our armor tanks and things from Bonicam, from Ojo, from Ikeja to the north. So over the time, you know, the northern elites have managed to infiltrate the military, and most of the people you see in the military today, it started when I was there, are not really qualified to be there. They are either children of somebody or relation of somebody or houseboy or maybe gate man somewhere that they put in the system. So the quality that we used to have in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s are no longer there. And that's why you can see a military man joining the terrorists, or you see a military man maybe also going to kidnap people
and asking for ransom.
Because there's a process when you want to be recruited to the military. It's no longer being followed. People are imposed on the military to them. It's like Ministry of Labor over time. So, and that affects the quality of training. You know, I don't want to talk too much about the decadence that has gone over. Before, if you fail medical, that day you fail medical during the recruitment process, that's the day you leave. You leave the recruitment, you can't stay there. But before I left, I investigated NDA where people that failed medicals are actually put into the system. And they die during training. And I have to go there to investigate why they are dying. So this is the problem. The politicians, they don't allow the military to subsist. They don't allow them to thrive. They have infiltrated them, the recruitment process, they put their people there, they come with lists. Promotion, during the promotion time, I don't want to talk about my experience, but during promotion, you see the list from different politicians, that these are the people that you must promote. Nepotism, you know. So over the years, the politicians have completely hijacked the military and the security architecture. Police, DSS, Army, Navy, Air Force, they've hijacked them. We have the Chairman Senate Committee on Army, Navy, Air Force, Senate Committee on Defense, Senate Committee on Police. They run the show. They no longer allow the military to run as it's supposed to be. If you influence the recruitment process, you influence promotion, you influence appointments, then what is left? That is why the military is in disarray right now. It's completely helpless. As long as this continues, they are not going to have a very strong military. We've told them that internal security process, that's IS duties, should be left for the police. Because as long as you keep on putting your military in IS duties, which is right now the job of defense headquarters, if you look at Olu, Imo, you see military men on the streets. They're not supposed to be. When you continue to do that, you weaken the military system. It is the police, internal security is policing duties. We are, military men are trained for external aggression, and you prepare for conventional external aggression. But if you now put them littered all over the place, you weaken them, you corrupt them, and you see police and military having checkpoints and sharing money. So that's how we got to this point.
Okay, Dr. Laumi will continue with this program. We'll just take this break to allow our second guest to come in. I told you that we should have two guests, and he just came in. You should understand the challenge because of the heavy rain here and there. So we'll take this break, we'll be back.
Of Ogun State. We have to be careful and be conscious of the increasing rate of kidnapping across the country. Security
All right, welcome back. We're still discussing security challenge threat to 2023 election. And we have our second guest in-house. He flew in because of this program from Abuja. He's a security expert and political analyst based in Abuja. Let me, because of that, address him fully. Ambassador Dr. Otumba Adijari Adigbero. You're welcome to the program this morning.
Thank you very much.
Today,
Ambassador Adigbero, welcome to the program. We are talking about the threats of that insecurity is posing to the 2023 general elections. So many people have raising concerns, and our guest here has talked about how concerned he is too. One, are you concerned? And two, what do you see this insecurity issue subsiding as we go into the elections?
Well, as you've asked, you said, am I concerned? I'm very concerned, like any typical Nigerian should be. It's not just the election we're looking at, it is what has been happening in terms of security. And my view in terms of security might be different from a lot of people. It is easy to blame the army, the police, the security, all the security agencies. But that's not really the true case. First and foremost, you say someone should go and make peace and risk their life. Are you looking after them? They don't have a home. They don't have cars. No welfare scheme. If they die tomorrow, they kick them out of where they're staying. Are these the people that are going to risk their life? They're only human. They will go for what they can take home to eat. In terms of, say, police checkpoints, they are collecting bribe, army is collecting, customs is doing this. So we know all this thing has been there here for years. But we've never seen it this bad. And what kills me about it is that in the security situation that we have, this is the first government that has spent so much on security items. And yet we're not getting any result. You know why? The whole security outfit that we have in Nigeria is about 1.2 million personnel to look after 200 and something million Nigerians. How possible is that? We need to actually invest in human capacity by employing more people, align whether the vigilantes, the task forces, we need to all put it together. And now that it's coming towards elections, it's only bound that the politicians do what they like to do, which is to make sure the place is not secured. We've seen it in the last election that they did in Rivers State, that people did not come out because of fear of violence and different things. So we're asking the president, because he's the leader of the country, to make sure that this security is curbed now. Why are we talking about election, which is next year? What has been happening in the years back? We need to get it right, and they have to listen to people, whether they like it or not. You know, social welfare, it is there. And it kills me that, you know, we're talking about elections. These elections that we're talking about, who are the people that are giving them this ammunition? There's kidnapping. Who are the people kidnapping? You now look at unemployment. If somebody wakes up every day, he doesn't know where he's going to eat, what is he likely to do? If you give him a gun, he will take it. And we know that people leverage on this thing. It is not only, what's it called, the security outfit we blame. We all Nigerians, including myself, we hate ourselves. Nothing good is coming out of all of us. Because if all of us take it as in Nigeria is our own, we won't be where we are. Which brings me back to elections that you're talking about. They say they don't have this, they don't have that. You're having people coming out saying that, what's it called, they're dropping, for a presidential form, they're dropping 100 million naira as if it's toilet paper in an economy that is broke. If they have been using part of this money that they so-called are using to pay for presidential ticket or governorship ticket or for House of Rep, you know, senators, you know, if they have been investing in their state, in security, we won't be where we are. Isn't that true? Then, again, we need state policing. You go to any country around the world, if people that are exposed, somebody comes and starts staying in your beside your house, you need to know that person that is going to stay beside you. If you notice something that is not normal, you will call the police and say, sir, please, this is it. If the area commander, whether it does not go there, you take it further high. Because all these people have a place that they are staying. The police know their hideouts. Guns, ammunition, who are the people that are bringing it in? Ask the question. There's a task force that has been set in place, which they are trying to become a commission. It's before the House of Assembly, to come and help and fill that gap of small arms ammunition control. And this thing was signed in 2006, the ECOWAS Treaty on small arms and ammunition smuggling, illegal ammunition smuggling. Nigeria too signed it, but is now with the leadership, which is Dr. Baba Mohammed, who has changed things, and they are planning to employ people all around the state, from fishermen, because it's all intelligence. This thing comes through water or our porous border. We know customs, what they're good at. So when you look at all these things, Nigeria knows what is good for the country. We Nigerians, we know, but we are not doing it right.
Okay, Dr. Lam, I want you to react to some of the things he said there, especially when it comes to security. What is the level of welfare now as a retired Navy commander? Then two, people know that terrorists and kidnappers operate mostly from the forest, and we know the area. Maybe the largest state, if not only in Nigeria, if not in Africa, is Niger State. And of course, the canopy of forest there extends from most part of that state to Zamfara and all this. And people are thinking that Nigerian military should have the mind to march into forest and just rush down. So is it that easy? What are the challenges? Are we having enough security to, you handle this, and of course tell us how difficult or how challenging will it be? Even though we know where they are, we know just like you said, people believe the intelligence knows where the Abuja kidnappers, the trained people are being kept in the forest. But how challenging, or is it that easy for the military to just march there? If it's not easy, what is the challenge and what is the solution?
That was multiple questions.
Multiple.
Yeah, but let me take it from the issue of welfare.
Yeah.
Sincerely, the welfare of the military is not bad.
Okay.
I have retired and I don't miss my pension. They pay me as at when due.
Okay.
I'm also a member of the One-Star Veteran Association. And I know we've been fighting for one thing, when you disengage from the military. I mean, I don't want to come here and sound off, but the kind of expertise I have, the kind of training I have been given, the kind of countries I've operated in, if you now disengage me, I still have those expertise. I still have them. So the Buhari government is supposed to pay me what we call debarment allowance. Debarment allowance. I left in May 2017, and this is May 2022, and it has not paid me. And that allowance is to ensure that I do not go to join Boko Haram and use my expertise to train them. It's to debar me.
So we could have people like you who have retired, who have joined them.
There was a soldier that killed him. So people are joining them. And if I retire as a general and you will not pay me my allowance for 4 years, and you say, okay, if somebody offer me 1 billion to come and train some people to disorganize, I may likely go. But if you have paid me my debarment allowance, it's going to establish me and put me in maybe I will set up a business and something like that to take my mind away from illegalities. So I know the One-Star Veteran Association are very, very annoyed with Buhari right now because he has not paid them their money. The money sometimes was released and some people ate the money and so on. There's a lot of problem in that. So in terms of welfare, the salary for me is okay. The allowances they pay, the pension is okay. It's paid at when due. But there are some allowances that, somehow for some people have misappropriated, I know as I speak now, if Buhari hear me now, maybe he'll be shocked that those money have not been paid. Regarding the difficulty, let me tell you, it's like
in the forest.
Oh, no. You see, military operations in the hands of the experts is like coming to work and doing what you're doing now. There's nothing difficult about it. I've retired, but if they call me now to come and assist them to do this, it's very simple. It's about techniques, tactics, and understanding asymmetry. Because of the charade that has gone on in recruitment processes and promotion over the years, we have people on our hands that are not as savvy in the trade of espionage, subversion and sabotage and intelligence operations. We have but even when they are there, the major obstacle is the political class. It's not the military. Even though they may have some weaknesses, but the major problem to this fight is the political class. I'll give you an example. I'm a landlord. I called armed robbers to come and attack my tenants. And immediately the armed robbers start to operate. I call in the security outfit. That armed robbers are operating in my house, please come and arrest them. Immediately the siren is heard and the security men are positioning themselves. As the landlord, I now inform the armed robbers that police are coming, the military people are coming, you better find your way. It's a circle of somebody calling in people to come and destroy your home. Then you have the power to call in the security people to come and subdue them. Then you still inform the armed robbers that the security people are coming. There's a charade. It's not the military. The politicians are culpable. They brought in all these people, they armed them, they financed them for this 2023, and you're going to see the drama unfolding. So every time people talk about security I've been in the system. I know how it works. If the political class wants this thing to end, it will end.
Oh.
It will end. We have people that can end these things. But if you keep on, I'll give you another example before you cut me short. In August, I challenged this country. August last year. I told them that the people that are causing this problem are the people financing them. They arrested them. This is almost a year since I made that speech. Why is it that this government have not tried one person that is financing terrorism and insecurity? Why is it that they've not been able to try one?
They had names. Yes, and they confirmed that they had names.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Up till this moment,
So what happened?
we're still waiting.
They told us they have 400 of them. So Dubai told us they have some names. They brought them in. Nobody has gone to court. So don't be talking about difficulty for the military to put this thing to an end. It's not the military. It's the politicians.
Otumba, so now let's come to politics. Irrespective of the challenges or the marriage of problems we have, insecurity, fears here and there, economic situation in shambles, tariff for electricity just hiked overnight, and of course, Nigerian people must still go to the polls. I mean, they must still choose between the devil, if you call it that way, and the devil. I mean, look for the better devil, so to say. Now, in this situation, Dr. Lamy said election will hold and things will move ahead. Now, as we prepare for the election, what should Nigerians look for before deciding where to pitch their tents? Do these politicians have either going for presidency, want to return as governor, do they have anything to show to Nigerians? So what should Nigerians think about before they can say, I've used my voter's card wisely?
First and foremost, as you said, my colleague here, in terms of election and people vying for offices, first and foremost, we see all manners of different people picking up forms across the parties. My suggestion would be, first of all, you have to know who you are voting for. And the federal government has the power to investigate on every single candidate that picks up a form. As you said, yes, things are very bad in Nigeria. People are hungry, people are dying, people are committing suicide, everything that is said. Where is this money coming from? I mean, Akim, if somebody takes 100 million naira to buy a form, are you telling me that that doesn't raise an eyebrow for the right agency? Meanwhile, the man stays in his house, wherever he stays, will now come to the constituency and says he wants to vie for office. What is he vying for? Now that we are talking about, if someone is paying 100 million for presidential tickets, let me just try and break it simple. How much is he going to spend on the campaign? After spending so much on the campaign, what would that president, do you think that president will do? Or any politician? Is to recoup that money first back. And it has been going on around the years. We have to get it right. First, there must be a process that benefits every single aspirant. Do they have court case? Is the EFCC looking for them? Did they take money from a bank? Have they stolen before? all these things, and we Nigerians, we know. But these politicians come because they know Nigerians need that money. But this time I'm begging all Nigerians to look critically and their conscience to say, I am going to vote for this man because I believe in this man, not because of the 4,000 naira. No. I'm totally against, and it baffles me that this money that they are calling left, right, and center, where is it all of a sudden coming from? Did it just appear? Then secondly, you see people saying that, oh, they believe their office is, government office is their lifespan office. It's like you looking at a mobile phone. Every year they bring out a new one. But you see a governor, he can only do 2 terms. Is it automatic for a governor to say he must be, by all means, a senator?
After his 2 terms.
After his 2 terms. They have some senators that have done 3, 4 terms. Then they'll be jumping from one state to the other to come and say, okay, I'm buying from Lagos, I'm buying from Ogun. First and foremost, if someone puts 100 million down, I, first of all, will look at it that, is that person paying his tax? What is his tax? Because that 100 million is personal tax, isn't it? And it must go to the state government. So if you are coming from whichever state, you know that this person, so there's a lot of challenges that people are not looking. They need to focus because we want the right leaders. And it's about time we should overlook all this money issue and choose people. Akim, you and I, we're age mates. But as far as we are concerned, when do you think we will have the baton if we decide to go into politics? If you do not go into ritual, they will say you should go to godfatherism. If you do not do that, they will say you should go and arm some thugs, kill some people, do this, do that. No, all these things should stop. And the president must make sure that this election is done well, and that will be a legacy of him. Because all these things that we are talking about and what he has said about the politicians doing this or doing that in insecurity, he is right. Nobody is asking the question, where is this money coming from? Akim, if somebody comes to OGTV today and says, I want you to interview him, here is 100 million, would you take the money? Knowing you, would you take the money? The first question I'll ask anybody is, where is the money coming from? All of us have our own selfish interest. The unity is not there, and we know the truth. The so-called Nigerians that are politicians, don't they go to other countries? All the offenses that they're doing, can they try it in the other countries? Common airport, you see everybody will stand on the queue. But when they are here in Nigerian airport, they are jumping, they are doing anyhow, the VIPs, the this, the that, and blah, blah, blah. If you take 1.2 security personnel, how many are with politicians? How many are with the banks? Then, how will they now do their function? As I said about the military, I'm not too vast about their pension, so I will not challenge him on that. But the general welfare, the people, army is not meant to be fighting armed robbers or this. They are invited in because the police is not doing what they should be doing because they are overwhelmed. And by that, police, I know, the moment you die, they move you straight out of that your house, your wife and your children. The last welfare scheme that was done in Nigeria was done by General Olusegun Obasanjo, our daddy. Since then, there has not been one policeman or any officials in the military or whatever security outfit that can boast that he has a car. If he doesn't have a car, how is he going to operate? If he doesn't have a car, how is he going to operate? Who's going to take the child to school?
So are we jinxed? Going to have some shining lights that we can look towards as far as the election is concerned? Talking about politicians.
Well, as you said, you pick the best from the worst. As far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen any presidential candidates. I still believe in my head that somebody will still come out. Because as I see it, I can't see anything that has my own personal.
Let's generalize it. Not only presidential candidates. Let's look at the how candidates. Some governors wants to go back. Some governors want to go back. Some people want to go back to the House of Rep. Are we saying that we cannot say everybody is bad?
Of course, we cannot say. But if you have 80% bad and 20 good, it is bad. Whether you like it or not. If I said a governor, you voted for a governor. Okay, let us take our state for instance now. Our Excellency, Prince Dakwa Abiodun, who I know very well, is a working governor. Is not a talking governor, if you understand what I mean. If I'll break it down to you, you don't have to be everywhere. As you see governors, they are not solving their state problem. They're in Abuja, doing the Rasbota, they want to queue in Villa for. Is that what they voted for you for? You see our state, you are here. I come back home. How many times I've looked at things that I have seen with my eyes that our governor has done. And he has done very well. There was an occasion on which he came for my father's 8th year, and that thing still rings in my ear. He came in and he apologized to every single body, saying that they don't have access to see him. And he said, no, I was voted to govern the state. He's done roads. It's the first time in Ogun State that women have had their cooperatives to the point that women want to open their own microfinance. In fact, if you say out of all the states in Nigeria in terms of internal generated revenue, Ogun State is among the top. He has raised it to about 100 billion a year. It's never done. We are now having a cargo airport. Do you know in the whole of Africa, Ogun State has the most cassava? So if I look at it on that record, not personal, on his record, I would follow him.
So people should look for records and things.
They should look for records. And this hate game that they are playing.
That's part of their politics. Nigerian politics is different, but you have said what people should look for. Governance apart, politicians apart. At times, one of politicians, it's absurd. After this role. Well, I agree.
But it must be stopped, Akim. That doesn't mean that we should keep a blind eye to it. If somebody is voting, why are you talking about that person, your opponent? You should be telling the people what you want to do. Akim, if you and I are running for governorship, I'm not going to be attacking you. I'll be telling the people I want to follow me to vote by saying this is my view of what I want to govern.
And your campaign might not be sweet.
But it doesn't have to be. I don't have to.
At the risk of losing the election.
No, because you see, at the end of the day, yes, we are laughing about it, but guess what? It is so true.
I agree.
Whether his grandparent or his grandmother or whatever is not a part of the campaign we should be doing. You come
to your question. Nigeria is a funny country. We've seen a campaign in this part of the country where the governor's supporters were talking about shooting gun. Then go here, then go here, ta 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 ta. Still, the person still won the election. I mean, that's to the question.
I want to start from let's bring INEC into this. Yeah. Constitutionally, INEC is supposed to monitor how much these politicians spend. There is a level to which they are supposed to spend. Now, how much of this job has INEC done? The last 2019 election, INEC said there are some people that violated that rule, that violated that law, but up till now, none has been brought to justice.
Okay. I'll go back to the question, to my senior brother, what he said. How do you get, you've caught people, you know where they are, you have not brought them to books? How would INEC do it? It's a common thing. Nigerians were all thieves. So if INEC says this person is not good, and his boss says he's good, what is INEC going to do? We've had cases. Okay, for example now, the president did a good gesture by giving presidential pardon. What did one senator do? The moment he came out, he went to go and pick
Senatorial form.
Thank you very much. Is that correct?
He's a free man, so he's free.
But is it correct?
Morally.
Morally, is it correct? And you're talking about how much they spend. You cannot say INEC should be the one to monitor how much they spend. What power does INEC have to know how they are spending or where the money is coming from?
Okay, we don't have too much time. Navy Commander, allow me to retire. Let me address it that way now. Another major thing is what we're looking about is
nepotism. Because all the time I spent in the military, we've never said, oh, this one's an Igbo officer, this one's a Yoruba officer. If you go for combat operations, it's the Igbo guy that may actually save your life. So I don't think the way the politicians think. I think that democracy is for everybody, and if it is time for election, anybody should come out.
Zoning is likely to breed.
That is why we have the problem in the first place. That's why our electoral process is dead on arrival.
Wow.
It is dead on arrival. Because if you ask somebody to go and pick a form for 100 million, as my brother mentioned, if I'm going for a job, I want to be employed in OGTV, and you say the form is 100 million, and my salary over 4 years is half of that. Does it make any sense? So I can't think the way politicians think. I don't understand that. So for me, there's nothing like tribalism, nepotism, favoritism. This one is from Southeast, Northeast. I don't see it. If you are qualified, let the people choose. Choose. You say democracy is government of the people, by the people.
For the people.
And so come out and let the people vote.
Wow. Okay, we have to go, but let's, this final shot. Despite all these challenges, Otumba, you are sure the election will hold come 2023?
The only thing that you can say, is only God that can say you are sure. Because
you're optimistic, let me put it that way.
Yes, because should it go on is one question. Is the timing, the short time, is it enough?
They're following the timetable. The timetable has been there for a very long time.
But everything started late. I don't know why. Everything started late. You are not going to say, okay, by June 2nd, if I'm not
June 3rd.
June 3rd, all primaries should have
concluded. Yeah.
So yeah, June out of the way, July, August, September, October, November, December. You have 6 months to campaign. Is it enough for the presidency? You can say at state level, at least you know it's your state. When it comes to federal, you are going all around. And all around that they're going around, I don't see that the timing is right. And as my senior brother has said here, being in the Navy, security, politicians. So who are they going to vote for when they own the security?
I don't know.
That's $1 million question.
Yes, Dr. Naomi, your passing shot.
Yeah, I just want to advise the politicians. I want to make an example of what happened to the Bourbon family in France during the French Revolution. I watch TV and I see them parading themselves up and down as if they are not Nigerians. I think they should take caution, because if the people decide against them, their life will be in jeopardy, because the impunity I see, the way they display, money, why some people cannot even eat a meal a day? I think the politicians should try to understand that the society is made up of the people, and the politicians, they are from the people. The military, anybody in the military is from the people. So then the people decide that enough is enough. They're going to wipe them out. Just like it happened during the French Revolution.
Otumba.
Well, at the junction of saying goodbye, I would encourage every single Nigerian to come out and vote. And always, I want to say, they should give women chances because they are the biggest voters. If a man cannot do it, a woman can. And you know my saying, and I've always said it, anybody from any part of Nigeria can vie for a position. You know my slogan, I'm a Nigerian and my tribe comes second.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's a good way to end it. We've been looking at security challenge, threats to 2023 election, and we have, of course, covered so many grounds. Very happy to have two wonderful guests join us on the program, and of course, they have done very well by our standard. Dr. Kunle Olawumi, security consultant and lecturer in the Department of Criminology, Chrisland University. Thank you very much. Of course, Otumba Adejare Adegbenro, security experts and political analysts who came all the way from Abuja for this. I want to appreciate you so much, Otumba.
Thank you very much, Eki.
We'll take this break. Tunde and I will be back.